Hey guys, this video is about some potential lies that a narcissist might tell. And of course, this list is not exhaustive. There's 1,000 more lies that they might tell, but this is just some. So remember, at the core of narcissism is most likely of no self-worth, self-loathing, right? That's hidden by this mask of grandiosity, right? But that's sort of at the core of it. So some of the lies that they may tell are lies about who they are. They may tell lies about past relationships. Example is, they may tell you that they have been single for a year, and when you talk to one of their past, the past girlfriend or boyfriend, you might find out that it was really only 6 months. So that's just like one example that I experienced. So, they're going to tell lies like from the get-go. These people are pathological liars. They are going to be lying from the start of the relationship. They need to be on a pedestal, right? So they are superior. They need to be superior. And so another lie is that they are better than everybody, right? That's another lie they tell, that they are more intelligent, that they are better than you. If you are nice, they might pretend to be nicer, that they're just better than you. They must feel superior. So like, for instance, if you come home, you're bragging about your sister, maybe your sister has like a PhD and they have a bachelor's degree. And maybe your sister's like on TV or, just doing really well. You may come home and you may be bragging about like your sister. And what a narcissist will do is they will be very condescending. They will sort of poo-poo those accomplishments. It can be done with a very cold disdain. It could be even just in their expression. It could, maybe they don't even say anything, but it's like quiet disdain, as if they are superior, with their bachelor's to your sister that has a PhD. This is just an example. They get very uncomfortable with others' success. I would say that one thing is what they will tell you is they'll say things like, I would never lie to you, or I would never cheat on you. I would never do anything to intentionally hurt you. Or they may say something like, I'm a man of character, or I am a woman that has a great deal of integrity. Especially that, you'll hear that I would never cheat. You can trust me. I would never do anything to intentionally hurt you. I'm a nice guy. I'm a good guy. You can trust me. Or girl. This could be a girl too. Why don't you trust me? Why, you're jealous and insecure. I would never cheat. We're on the same team. Remember, these people are con artists. They are users. They are exploiters. And they are using you, right? So they're going to say stuff like, I would never cheat and you're jealous and insecure. They'll say that to you literally while they're having an affair. They will put it onto you. If you're having some red flags, if you're being triggered, if you're starting to get nervous about there's something going on, your intuition tells you, they will tell you that you're crazy, that it's absurd that you think that they're having an affair. Like that you can't believe what they would say. And they'll do this for years to build up so that, it's like they start off this way. They will, you might even be with a narcissist that like cannot stand to watch infidelity on television. And you may call or talk to one of their past partners and they may say the same thing. And the other past partners may say the same thing. Oh, this person couldn't stand to watch infidelity on television, had disdain for anyone who was unfaithful, acted above that. And here they are, having affairs, cheating, pornography addiction. That's very common. Let's see, they may act like they're above cheating because they act like it's morally wrong. Sometimes they'll use religion behind that. They will often just look at you in the face and tell you a bold-faced lie. They will say, I would never cheat on you. I'm not a cheater. They do this, I think, because they want to confuse you. They want to set the stage. They want to gaslight you into a state of confusion. They're brainwashing you, right? They're brainwashing you. And another part of their brainwashing, another lie, is that they want you to convince you that you are inferior, that there's something wrong with you. That's not love. That's not what a husband or a wife does. They don't try to make you think there's something wrong with you. They try to encourage you, and they're on the same team, but that's not what narcissists do. They want you to be in a place of servitude, right? So you're like you're their slave. And in order to do this, in order to make you below them and them superior, they must get you to believe that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. They love to make you like their fan, their minion, their slave. They'll, again, I went over this again, but they'll accuse you of being jealous and insecure while they are cheating. Or having a hidden porn addiction. They will do a smear campaign behind your back for years with their family. They will say that you're crazy, dysfunctional, insecure, stable. They're setting the stage, right? And you might be somebody who never says one bad word about them because you may be buying into the mask of perfection, and you may just be like, I'm just with this amazing person, but they're setting the stage. And sometimes it's very subtle. Maybe they don't even say those things overtly, especially if they're a covert narcissist or the vulnerable. It could be just very hidden, subtle insults that are just almost in the guise of a compliment. They can be master manipulators at pulling that off. And then, they'll let people know that you're crazy, and they think that if they do this, then they're setting that stage. And so if you ever leave them, they get to put themselves as the good guy or the good girl, like, oh, she was crazy or he was crazy. Keep in mind that with both codependents and narcissists, the underlying deal here is they're both operating from a place of shame. The narc feels entitled to exploit others. They feel that, they're so shame-based and so insecure, and they have such like crappy self-esteem, but they feel that the world owes them, and they're very entitled, and they're very exploitative, and they have a low level to no empathy. The codependent, which is still a massive problem. If you have codependence, my suggestion is you got to do some work around that. But the codependences, they have high empathy. They're rescuers, they're fixers. They want to make everything right. So you can see how these two, find each other. You have this pathological taker with a pathological giver. You have an exploiter, somebody who has low empathy. They're very entitled. And they find somebody who has a high level of empathy, who's always trying to fix everything, who's always trying to make everything better. And it's like two sides to a coin. Obviously, codependents, typically hurt they hurt people a lot less. They usually don't leave this just chain of wreckage in their past like narcissists do. Narcissists are famous for just destroying people in their wake because they don't have empathy. So it's they can easily cheat and they don't feel bad about it. They can easily lie, they don't feel bad about it. They can bilk you out of money, they can manipulate, and they just don't feel bad about it. Codependents, on the other hand, typically feel bad about everything. They take over responsibility. They think everything's their fault, and they're willing to, work to make a relationship better, even though they often don't realize that the narcissist they're with is not doing anything to make the relationship better, not doing any of their own work. Like they don't do any introspection. They're not self-aware. And they don't take any responsibility for their part. So they won't do any work around relationships. They typically don't feed relationships. They're very lazy in that regard. So, it just doesn't occur to them, and they're very selfish. They have this pathological self-centeredness. So it doesn't occur to them to feed relationships. And even if it did, it's not something they'd be willing to do because it's not all about them. So again, these are just some of the lies that a narcissist might tell. Like, I would never cheat on you. I'd never do anything to intentionally hurt you. I'm a good guy. I'm a good girl. Anyone that's having to tell you that rather than show you that, red flag. So hope this video helps you guys, and I'm trying to keep up on them. Thanks so much and have a good day. Bye.